Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And this is the look that I have today using this palette of eyeshadows. If you've watched any other YouTube videos about this palette, they've probably said that the finish on this packaging is very soft and velvety, and it's real easy to get dirty. And just now I've made a dark spot on mine. But to me, this finish, others have said that it's like the IT Cosmetics Pretty palette. But to me, it's similar in color, but the texture and feel of it, in my opinion, is more like the Naked palette with this velvety texture. So it'll get dirty really easy, but it's very pretty. And on the inside you get the mirror and all of these beautiful eyeshadows and these reds. I've already said it in my Get Ready With Me video. They're kind of scary to me, but this is my first time of owning any of the Anastasia Beverly Hills products, eyeshadows, palettes. And when I looked on the website, I saw most of them were matte, so I decided that I wanted this. I wanted to try it. I had watched videos and heard other people's opinions that Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows are really good quality, and so I wanted to try them out for myself. Okay, this palette also comes with a very nice little brush, a dual-ended brush. One side is like a blending, and this one would be more like for applying it on the eyelid. And I actually like how this works. Usually brushes that I've got with other palettes, I usually just toss them in a drawer somewhere and don't use them because they're really not very good. But this one I found to be usable. There's 14 eyeshadows in this palette, and I think in their other palettes there are not as many eyeshadows, and it's didn't cost as much as this one either. This one was $42, and I think the others that have less eyeshadows were costed less. According to the website, this is going to be a permanent palette with them, so I think that's a good thing. So if you've not bought it yet, there's still time. Okay, there's 11 mattes and 3 metallic shimmery shades. I call them a shimmer. They call them metallic. Okay, there's 3 metallic shades in this palette, and there are the Vermeer and Primavera, and then this antique bronze, which it says that this one is a metallic sable with a satin finish. I keep looking over here because that's where I got my notes. Now, the website, it calls all these others an ultra matte. So there is 11 ultra mattes and 3 metallic shades. And what I've wore today is I've took some of this golden ochre, then I went over that with the raw sienna, and then I did a little bit of this burnt orange, and then I really wanted to use this Real Gar. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. I think everybody's kind of having a problem with that name, but I really wanted to use this bright orange. The website describes this Real Gar as a brick. It calls that a brick. To me, that's a real deep orange, but that's what I'm wearing today, and I really like these orangey looks. And then I used some of this Cypress Umber, kind of along my lash line and then on the bottom lash line. And then I used a little bit of this tempera right and under my eyebrow on the brow bone. And then I used the Primavera on my eyelid. These eyeshadows are really soft and velvety smooth, and they stir up a lot of powder. If you you don't need to get real rough with them. When you put your brush into them, You need to kind of be gentle when you put your brush into them, because like I said, they're very soft, and so it doesn't take much pressure to really stir up a lot of the eyeshadow. And I think when you do that a lot, that's just wasting your product. And I want this to last a long time, and I want to get my money's worth out of it, so I want to be easy with it and not wasteful. And then when I tap off my brush, if I can, I'll usually tap it off back into the eyeshadow. That's just my personal way of doing things. If you'd like to see me do any more looks using this palette, then just leave me a note in the comment. Here are the swatches, and I'm not very good at swatching. I'm going to start at the top row from the left. This one is Tempera, and it says it's a velvety beige with an ultra matte finish. Next to that, which is not showing up very good on my hand, is the Golden Ochre. It's an earthy yellow, and it's also a matte finish. And then the next one is Vermeer. It's an iridescent shell, and this is one of the metallics. And next to that is the Buon Fresco. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but it's an antique lavender, and it is the ultra matte finish. And next to that one is the antique bronze, and it says it's a metallic sable with a satin finish. And then next is Love Letter, and it's described as a raspberry with an ultra matte finish. And then the last one in that top row is Cypress Umber, and it is described as a dark coffee with an ultra matte finish. At the bottom row, going from right to left, this dark orange shade is Real Gar, and it's described as a brick with an ultra matte finish. Next to that is the Warm Taupe. It's an earthy gray with an ultra matte finish. And next to that is a Venetian Red. It's described as a crimson with an ultra matte finish. And then the one next to that is called Red Ochre, and it is described as sienna with an ultra matte finish. Then the next one is Primavera. This is a shimmery gold dust with metallic finish. And then next to that is the Burnt Orange, and it's described as a deep orange with an ultra matte finish. And then the last one is Raw Sienna. It's described as a neutral amber, and it has an ultra matte finish. So now, like I said, all those reds, when I first saw them, as beautiful as they are, were kind of scary to me. You know, red eyeshadow it's just not natural. It's not a neutral, and it doesn't look natural, and so, you know, that's more what I usually go for. So I guess I was kind of intimidated a little by them, and so it kind of put me off of really saying that I love this palette when I first got it, even though the eyeshadows are real velvety, smooth, and soft, and they blend really good, and it even came with a good brush, and the palette's beautiful on the outside, it's beautiful on the inside. Still yet, those red eyeshadows intimidated me, and so I couldn't really say it was love at first sight. I wanted to, because it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I've just heard so many good things about it. So I knew the eyeshadows, I expected them to be as good as what they are. But like I said, those reds, to know how to use red, I've not used red eyeshadow before that I can. If you watched my Get Ready With Me, I used this darkest red right here, the Red Ochre. And so I liked how the look came out. I'm telling myself, even with these reds, I can take these other shades and work with them and blend them, you know, kind of layer them, and to where that it won't be like I look like I'm wearing red eyeshadow. So that's what I'm telling myself, because that's what I believe I can do with this palette. When it comes to makeup, is anything really impossible? I mean, if you do one look and you don't like it, you can always wash it off and start all over. So that's my little review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.